Hello, Aries. It's me, Akiko, your spiritual navigator. Welcome back to Wayfinder Tarot, where we're going to dive into your daily energy and get some advice from Spirit. I've already meditated on your cards, so let's just jump right into your energy. So first and foremost, the energy that we have for your overall energy is a Seven of Pentacles. Aries, it looks to me like you want to grow something. It looks to me like you are preparing to put effort and change and new direction in a new venture. And it's something that means a lot to you in terms of where you see the potential of this going. We have the Knight of Cups as well that came out for you, Aries. So this is you ready for something brand spanking new. And I really get the feeling that, you know, with the Knight of Cups, you're looking to make an offer where it comes to either romance, love, or even just an offer to yourself, Aries, when it comes to what you want to do with your life and how you want to see yourself. But part of me really feels like this is a romance reading just because the Knight of Cups came out first. We will clarify further as the reading goes on. So it looks to me, Aries, like the energy I'm picking up on is you are in the middle or have already been thinking very deeply about a relationship with somebody else and or with yourself. You're ready to give more in this year, Aries, and I think that's very beautiful. But with the Six of Cups in reversed, I do see that you've been feeling like what you've been giving has not been true to who you are in terms of giving back to yourself, giving back perhaps to community. You know, do we want to be more generous with other people? Is it time perhaps to look at how other people operate and merge with them in a way that is cohesive and makes the most sense? Six of Cups reversed does tell me too that you could be not hesitant, Aries, but maybe a little bit, just a little bit unsure of where you stand in terms of becoming that King of Wands energy. And, you know, King of Wands is fire energy, same as you, right? It's energy of action. It's energy of somebody who takes charge, who leads the frontier, you know, the general in battle, but also somebody who's very good at camouflaging their own emotions and camouflaging, you know, how they present themselves in a way that is more palatable for certain situations. So, for example, what comes to mind is, let's say we're working in a company and that company requires us to dress a certain way, but that's not how we like to dress, and it bothers us. And I get that too, Aries. I mean, sometimes when other people expect things of us and we aren't quite sure how to deliver it, and or we decide, you know, it's not the way in which we want to present ourselves, I think Spirit wants you to know that first and foremost, when it comes to this situation with your connections with others, standing in the King of Wands energy can definitely make it a little intimidating for other people, Aries. I'm going to be honest. I get the feeling that being in your true energy is something that we want to do. We don't want to hold back, right? We don't want to hold back in our work. We don't want to hold back in how we present ourselves, you know, to being true to who we are, how we speak. You know, Aries is a very blunt and direct sign, and that's one of their best qualities. It's one of Aries' best qualities for sure. But what I'm seeing here is that, of course, there can be some conflicts when it comes to holding on to, you know, that aspect of our personality. And I think I want to bring into light the idea of ego and the idea of letting go when necessary and, you know, making room to receive. There we go. There we are, making room to receive. You know, this person here, they're holding on desperately to, you know, the tangible results that they've accumulated so far. But in that energy, it's difficult to receive more. And what Spirit's telling me, Aries, is that when we decide to let go of, you know, I don't want to say stubbornness, but when we let go of our conception of understanding communication with other people, justice is a Libra card. It is air energy. And what I see here too is that Spirit is basically telling you there is always a flip side, okay, to understanding two different sides of the coin, two different, perspectives and lenses of perspective that are coming in. So that's very interesting. I do get the feeling this is something at work, Aries, just because with the Knight of Cups, it could be a relationship with a partner, but what I'm really seeing is that we have somebody here who really wants to show up in a way that seems more giving, show up in a way that seems maybe more understanding, but at the same time, we want it to be tangible. We want to work on ourselves, is what I'm getting. We want to work on ourselves in a way where we can still be true to ourselves. And that is where the Strength card comes in. Major Arcana, this is Leo energy. Strength is all about inner strength, okay? It's not about physical strength. This woman here is depicted as a lion who is resting next to a lamb. And this really reminds me of fire energy, Aries, and your energy as well, where it comes to people who are so strong internally, and it almost is like we're putting on a mask because we're around other people who maybe don't understand us the way that we would prefer them to. But that also, that happens all the time in business and love and, career. One thing we need to think about too is Spirit wants you to know that amazing, the Wheel of Fortune here is coming through for you as well. So what this tells me, Aries, is that with the wheel, changes are imminent, okay? The wheel is turning in your favor. It's never something that we dislike or are going to be hesitant moving towards. It is divine intervention when it comes to the wheel card. So what I want to tell you there, Aries, is that when it comes to the situation that you're dealing with, the Three of Pentacles is the key, okay? Three of Pentacles is the key to making sure that whatever changes happen will become permanent, will become something that is tangible and something that is specific to working with others, understanding the different perspectives, understanding that everybody works within a different energy. Everybody works within a different color of being. Orange, red, green. Some people are faster than others. Some people are slower than others. Some people linger and they take their sweet time when they're communicating. So just to let you know, this is what is coming through for you. And again, with the Justice card here at the bottom of the deck here, communication is key. Spirit wants you to really think about how you're communicating in a way to others that may seem standoffish, okay? This Queen of Swords, she is, there we are. This Queen of Swords, she is somebody who has been through trial and tribulation. She's had that conversation with her peers, with herself, to know herself better and to essentially seek freedom. It's like seeking freedom in a situation and having the understanding to step back for a minute and receive what's coming in next. So I think in order to really cultivate what you want coming up within these couple of weeks, Aries, again, this is a timeless reading. So whenever you're seeing this, it is meant for you to be seeing it. But in order to cultivate and to grow, we're really wishing for something to happen. But I think what Spirit Guide wants you to know, this is at the bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords. What we're not seeing, Aries, is that, communication could be a little standoffish because somebody, whether it's you or the other person involved, not that they've made their mind up, Aries, but more so they are strong within their conviction of how they communicate. So it may be up to you to be the one who transmutes and the one who initiates action in a different direction. And that also includes communication in a different way, okay? We have a lot of different colors coming out in this reading, which is very interesting to me. But why don't we go ahead and get some more messages from Spirit and get some clarification here. Thank you. Get some clarification on Aries. Oh, that's too many. Thank you, though. The Emperor. Amazing. So the Emperor is your energy, Aries. The Emperor is big boss energy. Okay? Perhaps this is something that you're striving for. Perhaps in your career, you're looking to take that front seat, you know, be the one who is large and in charge. But in order to do that, again, we really need to come back to an understanding of how can we change our communication to a way that is more receptible for other people. Are we being, because when you think of the emperor can be, you know, either somebody who is very understanding, who has all the structures down, who has the foundations, who has the knowledge and all the answers. But in order to get there, they had to go through the process of being able to communicate flawlessly, being able to work on tangible results flawlessly, to be able to work on their emotional control flawlessly. And then, of course, you know, being able to just move forward in a way that is cohesive for everybody. It's not just the emperor working on their own goals. The emperor oversees everything. They have a vast understanding of how their land works, who is working, who is not working. So the clarification for the Knight of Cups, the Spirit's really telling you that if you want to step into your energy, Aries, and remember, this is already your energy. So to step back into big boss energy, we really need to learn how to give in a way that is not, we have to learn how to give in a way that shows a little bit more emotion, okay? Letting your guard down a little bit, Aries, when it comes to your emotional control, either with this person who you are thinking of and or within the workplace, okay? So let's see what else comes out. Spirit, what other messages or clarification do we have for Aries? Oh, oh. You know what? That's a lot, but let's take it. Let's go through it. Five of Cups. Okay. So we've been in a bit of a lack energy when it comes to how we feel our performance is or how we feel that we are giving to another person. And, you know, we've been in our head about that with the Moon card. This is Cancer energy. And Cancer energy is also about, you know, not really having clarity on a situation, you know, having decisions that we're not quite sure about. It is also, you know, akin to being within the subconscious and looking for that North Star, looking for our road and our path that makes the most sense. These are all energies that are in your field right now, Aries. King of Wands. Look, double confirmation King of Wands with the Tower. Wow. Okay. So what this is telling me is that there is going to be a situation that's coming up, Aries, where you are going to need to step into the King of Wands energy in a way where you are still receptive, okay? You need to be able to be flexible and being able to change, understanding that other people have their own way of working through the world. This Tower does not necessarily have to be a bad thing. Being next to the 10 of Wands here for clarification, Spirit does want you to know that, you know, you're almost at the end of a difficult cycle here. It's possible that you've already foreseen this cycle ending. Perhaps you've foreseen that this communication with this person is not going the way that you've planned or the way that you want. And a Tower is Scorpio energy. Again, being a major arcana card, it really boasts the idea that whatever change is coming, it's going to be a little uncomfortable, Aries, but you know what? There are no better transmuters than fire signs. You know, it's being able to understand your emotions well enough to hold on to what's important to rebuild that tower foundation, and then simultaneously put down all your wands, simultaneously put down all those burdens with that choice. That's what Spirit's telling me. And look what's coming up right after that. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. That is your action card. That is fire energy right there. Understanding that this is your hand. Everything in terms of action is within your possibility. This is your wand. How are you using it? How are you waving it? How are you constructing how your actions are within the map of your life, within, you know, the way that you move in your career, the way you move with other people? And we gotta keep looking at that Five of Cups there. Okay, so very, very interesting. Ace of Wands, amazing energy there. Okay. The Devil card also popped up. And I think with the Devil card, it's funny because what really pops out to me, Aries, is that the Emperor and the Devil, it looks like they're both almost at a throne here, but the Devil being the ego, the negative side here of, not just temptation, but just our general ego holding us back from becoming who we really are. The Emperor is not somebody, Aries, who is uncompassionate. The Emperor is extremely understanding. They work for their workers. Does that make sense? Like, there's somebody who looks over and oversees because they have a protection of their land. They want to make sure that everything works out properly. But we do need to be careful of the ego. It's very easy to intermingle the ego and the devil energy with such a powerful energy like the Emperor. So balance is needed, and Spirit wants you to know that you are able to balance out your situation. Let's get one more card. What does Aries need to do? What does Aries need to know? Please clarify. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. Wow. Ace of Swords. Well, this was in reverse, so I'm going to read it in reverse. Ace of Swords and Four of Pentacles in reverse. We have Four of Pentacles twice in your reading. Wow. King of Wands twice. So this is just a double confirmation for you, Aries, that this communication, the Ace of Swords, the communication that you need to have, you need to understand when and where you have to hold back within your communication, when and where it is appropriate to add on to your communication in order to move forward with the connections in your life and, be able to turn that wheel favorably so that whatever you're working towards in your career or in your relationship with this other person does not have to be something that brings you a Four of Pentacles in reverse energy. Well, actually, that's so interesting because we had the Four of Pentacles upright and it being in reverse here. Spirit wants you to let go of the idea that you need to hold on to a piece of you that is strong in the way of outwardly appearances, that is strong in the way of grandstanding. I'm not saying that this means for all of you, but this is an energy that does come to the Emperor quite easily because it's such a powerful energy. It's easy to be unbalanced from there. So we really need to focus on, what we say and what we do reflects who we are, Aries. And within whatever cycle of work, first quarter to fourth quarter, whatever cycle it is with your loved ones, with your connections, sometimes being subtle can be a good thing. Sometimes being able to let go of harsh communication can be a good thing. But I think what Spirit really wants you to understand here, Aries, is that in order to grow, you need to be able to give back a little bit of emotional empathy. And that does not necessarily mean that you have to agree with the other person. It just means that, and here we are, Page of Cups at the bottom. It just means that we need to be able to give what we understand as compassion. Compassion is not something that is weak. Compassion, reminiscent of this card here, strength is compassion, okay? Strength is being able to oversee all those other people who don't understand how strong we really are and still be able to give to them regardless of how they think of us. So that's your reading for today, Aries. I had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked this reading or if it resonated, please give me a like or subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to our next meeting. Have a good one. Love you very much. Bye-bye.